I go on Fridays and Saturdays. So taking that into consideration, that's about 200 days a year, I guess, that we as scouts are on the road. So we couldn't do it without our wives, who are really the support backbone and all-star of what we do. And thank you, Nina, very much. I'd like to thank my two children, Anna, who is 9, Dax, 7. Thank you for all the things you've done. Thank you for the speech, Anna. Anna and Dax both keep me young. Although my daughter has been having a lot of fun lately. Every time I'm out with her and walk by someone who says, "Oh, isn't it great that you're with your grandpa today?" She gets a big kick out of that. But I don't think it's quite that funny. But thank you, kids, for also giving me the incentive to keep working for another 15 years or so to get you guys through college. I'd like to thank my father-in-law, Dr. Charles Wheeler, for being here today. Flew in from Kansas City. Dr. Wheeler, that's a doctor, he's worn many hats, a doctor of pathology. He's one of a judge, an author, a 2-term mayor for the city of Kansas City, Missouri. Most recently, a state senator for the state of Missouri as well. Thank you for being here, and I hope you can get a job you can hold on to someday. You got to find something you like, Dad, and just kind of stick with it once, you know. But thank you very much for being here. I certainly appreciate the extra effort. And all of my friends and family that have totally surprised me being here from Orlando today. Quite a shock this is. I would love to say hello and call out your names personally, but I thank every one of you for being here. It's a wonderful thing. A couple of days ago, I received a congratulatory card from all the people in our front office, and one of the things, everyone had written a short note, and Kenny Williams said, "Dave, enjoy the moment." And I have and am enjoying the moment, and with that, I will turn it over to Terry Ryan.
Actually, you brought up Kenny, so I'll figure I'll read the letter that he also sent for you, too. So, Dave, the Chicago White Sox organization is very proud that Dave Yoakum has been chosen as one of the 5 2010 inductees to the Professional Baseball Scouts Hall of Fame. Dave has been a valued member of the White Sox since October 1991. In his position, special assistant to the general manager, Dave's knowledge, experience, and expertise have contributed to the success of our club. Dave more than meets the criteria for the induction into the Hall of Fame, and on behalf of the Chicago White Sox, I congratulate Dave on receiving this well-deserved honor. Sincerely, Kenny Williams. Okay, thanks. Terry, you want to come up and say a couple quick words?
It's ironic that a scout has to put on glasses. Dave, when you and I met, I had red hair and you were blonde. I had no hair and yours is a little gray. But nonetheless, we've been friends a long time. The only thing that we don't agree on, we're both in the American League Central. We're both fighting for a pennant every year, it seems, and we both have mutual respect for both clubs. Dave, I certainly congratulate you and your entire family and friends. It's wonderful to see the support that you have got here as you accept this prestigious award. Tyler, I appreciate it very much from the Goldklang group. I obviously know Marv and Mike very well. They've always treated us well. They own this ball club, The Miracle, and we've had a tremendous relationship with you and them for 20-plus years down here. It's nice to see the people behind me here. I know every one of those guys. John Barr used to work for us. He was one of the first guys we ever hired to scout. John did a wonderful job and well-deserved that he's in the Hall of Fame. I appreciate very much the turnout from my family and friends and most of the front office and baseball department to the Twins. I started out with the Mets and was hired by the great Frank Cashin and Pete Gabriel. I worked under Joe McIlvain as a scout. Well, this is a long time ago. Came over to the Twins in '86. Andy McPhail hired me. I appreciate the support from the Polad family. Only worked with 2 managers in the Twins organization, Tom Kelly and Ron Gardenhire, who have done a wonderful job over here. It's rare that, Dave, you've only been with a couple clubs. I've only been with a couple clubs. That's rare in today's game. We've seemed to have found someplace we're very comfortable with. Bill Smith, who's in the back. Billy, I appreciate your support. Bill was probably the first guy that Jim Rantz and I hired. Thank God for Bill. I didn't know what I was getting into when I came to the Twins. I'm not sure I know to this day, but Billy was the assistant really in the office. I was always gone, as my wife will attest. I'll get to that in a second. Jim Rantz is here. Jim's been with the club for about 50 years. Jim, raise your hand. Jim's a farm director here and has been supportive of me through thick and thin. This thing's turned out pretty good, Jim, but I wasn't so sure in the 90s. We made it. Rob Anthony's here. Mike Radcliffe. Mike, can you raise your hand, please? Mike's been with us since '86. He's about the second guy we hired. Now he's the director of player personnel here. He's also one of the reasons I'm standing up here. Mike's a bright guy. He doesn't get much of attention. He should, but he will here pretty soon. I'm not too sure that most of the success I've had, he and Larry Corrigan, who's another guy that I've got a tremendous amount of respect for, and so does Dave. When you hire well and you delegate and you end up having some success, most of the people that are responsible don't get the rewards. But I certainly appreciate our scouting department, our players, our staff. They're all the types of people that you want to be around. We've got a reputation around here of doing things right. There's a reason for that. I see Mr. Hadaway over there. Raise your hand, Wayne. Wayne was my trainer back in 1973, and he's still with the Twins somehow, in some way. I appreciate all your support, Wayne, as much as you can humble me. He always told me, it's not your fault you didn't play in the big leagues. It's the scout that signed you. Thanks for your support, Wayne. My family and friends are here. My brother's here, Dennis, and his wife and his son, Kellen. My wife and my daughter, Kathleen, are here. Carolyn, you can raise your hand right there. We've been married for 25 years, Dave, somehow. So we equated that into 12 together. That's why we're still married. She lets me do my thing, and I love her dearly, and she's been supportive. Unfortunately, she comes from a family that's all Brewer fans. I can't quite get them to come on over to the Twins. Jerry Bell, Dave St. Peter of the Twins have been very supportive when I was a general manager. I'm a little humbled in receiving this scouting award. I haven't scouted in a long time. I was in the front office for quite some time, and I don't necessarily think that I want this. Dave's a scout. I was pretending to be one in the front office for a while, but I'm going to go back to my days as a general manager, and I got a letter from a guy when we were really struggling in the 90s, and we probably lost 95 games a year there for too many years. But I finally got this letter, and he said, "You're nothing but a glorified scout." And that hurt, because we were not doing too well, and now that I'm standing here, I'm glad he wrote that, because I feel like I am a glorified scout, and that's what I am. I'm a scout at heart, always will be, and always have been. In conclusion, I have to salute the guy that got me into this business, the late, great Dale McReynolds, who scouted for the Dodgers for about 40 years, that everybody in scouting knows. He taught me how to go about it, how to behave, which I had trouble doing back in my younger days, I may add. He taught me how to treat people. He taught me how to identify talent. He taught me how to organize a territory. And ultimately, he got me back in the racket when I got released as a player, and I certainly want to acknowledge Dale. This is a wonderful day for Dave and I. Hopefully we'll play a decent game here and you'll enjoy it. The weather's certainly cooperated finally. This has been a tough spring weather-wise for you that just arrived. I appreciate Tops sponsoring this award and the Goldklang group, and I'll turn it back to Tyler. Thank you.